meeting people, but it's like a feeling and an emotion that you won't have with anyone else. Like it's just, it's hard to even put it into words. So I think how close we all are, and since it is a family-based business, it really shows like that no matter where you are on the spectrum of things, you know, no matter if you're, you know, a presidential or a Ruby or even an executive, you know, everyone still feels the same way and you still have this strong support system. Another thing is the fact that they simplified the compensation plan is insane. I mean, when I hit Ruby, it was 5 and now it's only 3. So I think it really is possible to hit Ruby within even less than 72 hours, which Tanya will get into. What we're running after is, you know, it's cut down too. You know what I mean? It used to be a lot more. Now it's like less, which I think is really good. And it's also good, I think, to, you know that you just always have the support. There should never be any excuses because everything is set in stone now and right in front of you. You know what I mean? So that's what I'd say for mine before I keep talking. Connor, go, take the lead.
Okay, so I wasn't really like into this business like everybody else was because I have a full-time job and not Uber. But after this conference, like last night I started putting my business cards in. I was doing Uber Eats last night during the Super Bowl, and I was putting my business cards in the delivery bags. As well as I came home from work and I got on my computer and I went to my page and I started going through like my posts in the last week and messaging all the people that liked and comment my posts of the products and the $20 thing. I had so much fun at conference and I learned so much that I want to go again. I can't wait till next year. Like I'm really pumped up. Like I want to go next week. I mean, that's what I want to do. I had so much fun. And just like Katie said, it's like you feel like you know anyone because we all, you know, we get on Zooms. I really don't get on that many Zooms, but Tanya put a fire under my ass and said I need to start being on Zooms. So I almost did not even come on this one because it entitled of me getting dressed.
And you would have gotten a message from me.
I was like, well, I better get dressed so I can get on Zoom. No, but the only one that I basically knew outside of It Works was Tanya. But I was excited to go meet everyone. You know, like I said, I want to go again. Everybody needs to be at a conference next year. And I don't want to hear you're broke because I'm a broke bitch and I still made it. I live 2 hours away, so I'm thankful I didn't have to pay for a plane ticket. I didn't have to pay for a hotel because my dad lived out there, so I'm thankful for that. But thanks to Katie and Tanya, I didn't starve. And Danielle, I didn't starve. And I was able to go and have fun.
What was something that was like a big takeaway for you? Like what, because you've been in this business with me for over a year now. And like you said, you really haven't even been like, not all in at all, not really like actively working consistently. So what was something from conference that really made you feel like, okay, I got this, I can do this?
I really like the part where they were talking about the samples. So when I get, depending on how much money I get paid from this paycheck on Friday, I may start ordering stuff where I can make samples, or I may have to wait till I get my tax returns. But I'm really excited about the sample part because I didn't realize people were making a lot of money with just samples. I actually did have a coworker who actually works in another office than I work, but in the same building. And I just happened to work down in her office today. And she actually said she's been wanting to hit me up for the wraps or something. I can't remember which one. I think it was the wraps. But I told her I do sell them individually. But then she had a patient, so she had to go check in the patient and all that stuff. And I even gave a card to my to one of the other persons that was sitting next to me. But I really like the sample part. Like that's what I was mostly excited about. Like I'm trying to come up ideas in my head, like what I can do for samples so I can take pictures and stuff, because Pic Collage, everybody needs to download Pic Collage if you don't. I just got into it and I've learned how to play with it, and to where the pictures get creative and stuff. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed it. Everybody needs to go next year. Everybody needs to be there.
Okay.
Word swag is really good too. I would say.
Yeah, I gotta get into. it. I have that one downloaded, but I think on Android it's called like Text Swag or something. It's really weird. I have to, and I play with it a little bit here and there.
Okay, I'm gonna jump into some super fun announcements. The first one I'm going to start with, and I know if you're in our team chat, which obviously you all are, some of you are new, so you won't really know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're brand new, you should have gotten an email after enrollment from corporate office for downloading the Connect app, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, because this is the first thing that I want you to do. If you're an existing distributor and today's not like your first day, oh shit, hang on, for the love of the baby Jesus, hang on. Oh, now my phone's frozen. Hang on. Sorry guys, we're having technical difficulties. Hang on, sorry. Someone's looking for where you enter the promo code, so I'm trying to help. Hang on. Katie, you can shout her out on here. Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Shout out to Katie for being on the Zoom. She's on my mini squad.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's got it figured out now. So, okay. The first thing that I want everyone to do, whether you're brand new, you're existing, whichever, I want you to go in, like the App Store or whatever it is that you have, and download. Whoa, there's a glare. The It Works Connect app. I want you to download that and do the training. So when you click on the Connect app, trying to make sure I walk you guys through like all the steps properly. Once you download the Connect app, at the bottom, there's like a little bubble for messaging, and it's going to pull up everything. It's going to pull up your days of training and training videos. Like, Connor's been with me for a year. Like, I still want you to pull this up. I want you to download the app. I want everyone to go through the training videos. That's too bright. Download all the training videos and watch them all. They're all pretty short. They even have different product training videos, and get familiar with the Connect app. But do the training videos. It is going to go over how to basically run your business off of social. So a lot of people aren't used to having to do such a thing and having things like run a business from social media. And a lot of us, we're moms, or we have kids, or we work full time, and we're not going to do parties. We're not going to go host parties. We're not going to go hosting events. So social media is where it's at. So it's really going to help you kind of revamp your social media feed and what everything should look like. Everything from your profile picture to your bio to how and what you should be posting. Super, super important to go through that training. And I'm here for any questions. In terms of posting, make sure, because I see on some people's profiles, you don't want it work stuff to be back to back to back to back to back. I want you to understand that it's very much kind of dripping it works into your life. So whether you're posting, I like to tell people to pick about 5 things that represent you, that describe you as a person. So for me, it's being a mom. I think I'm funny, so I post funny stuff. It works as a part of my life. I like doing hair. Just things like that describe me as a person and what I'm passionate about and what makes me happy. And that's really what your feed should represent. If you are oversharing things like videos and recipes and things like that are overly shared on Facebook, it's all been shared too much that Facebook's really kind of said, okay, we've seen enough of that. And it's not really showing your page to anybody because it's not considered like interesting content. Okay, so like pictures of your kids or funny quotes or things that are interactive, you can go on Pinterest and type in things like interactive posts. And it'll give you ideas like, what was a food that you ate as a kid that you won't eat now as an adult? It could be just a simple post that you put up, like favorite shows or movies on Netflix or Hulu or something like that, and get people engaging with your post. It is very much engagement is give and take. If you are someone that is like my husband who hops on Facebook and just kind of scrolls and like is just a nosy, okay, but he doesn't ever like anything. He doesn't ever comment on anything. He just reads it and bitches to me about it. And he doesn't ever interact. So when he sees my post, he's like, how the hell do you have like 100 likes on your stuff? And I get 2. And I'm like, because you don't talk to people. So you have to understand it's give and take. Before you post on social media, it is important to be engaging first. So if I like to get up at 6 a.m., and that's usually when I like to put up my first post, I'm going to be engaging in people's posts for at least 5 minutes before I do so, because I'm kind of priming my Facebook, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go on, and you don't want to just go through and like everything for 5 minutes. You want to engage with people. You want to talk to people. If they went on vacation, comment about that. I always say, if you feel the need to like a post, then find something to comment about, if that makes sense. So find something to engage with them. The more you interact with somebody else, the more your stuff is going to show up in their feed. Therefore, it's going to increase your engagement. So if you are not getting engagement on your posts, more than likely you are not giving the love. Stories is a really big one. And it took me, I was not really eager to do that. Let's see real quick. So when you go to the stories up at the top, just swipe and comment. You can send, it goes into people's messenger. So if you are liking things on their public profile, that's great. You're giving love. You're going to get love back from that person. But Messenger has way more weight on Facebook, if that makes sense. It's going to really make sure that your stuff is showing up in their feed and theirs in yours if you're messaging. That's just how the Facebook algorithm works. When you are interacting on people's stories, it goes into their messenger. That's where that interaction happens. So whether you're just giving a heart or you comment something thoughtful about it, whether it's a little video of their kids or, something about their day, whatever people are sharing about, find something to comment about, and it really gets you engaged in Messenger, and go back and forth with people. If I post something about someone's dinner looking good and they say, hey, thanks. And I say, hey, what was it? Or what was the recipe? And really engage, be personal with people, because our business is relationships. I don't want to go and cold message somebody about my business or about the products and come off salesy, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I want to build relationships. And the perfect way for me to describe that is, one of the biggest things that our products sell for is for weight loss. That is a very personal journey for a lot of people. So they're not just going to reach out to any random on social media typically. Okay. So you really want to make sure that you are maintaining a relationship. People are going to reach out to you about their weight loss goals and what their lifestyle is and how they've struggled with it and things like that. So really make sure that you are being personal and having these relationships and these connections with people. So giving love. Try and engage with people outside of who you already engage with. So for example, when I first started this business, really the only people I interacted with was my husband, my cousins, my sisters, my close, 5 friends from high school, whatever it was. You really want to branch out from that and get into other people's news feeds, really. So people that you don't typically interact with. So that's my biggest thing when it comes to posting. I'm really big, and I'll just be blunt when I say it, keep the negative crap off of Facebook. Nobody wants to see it. It doesn't inspire people. People think you're a downer. More than likely, they'll delete you just for that rather than even, being an it works girl. They'll delete you just for being negative. I've deleted distributors on my team just because I can't stand to see it, and it just brings me down and makes me bummed out when I see it. I want to see you, and you want to be able to give positivity and inspiration and really be uplifting in your feed. That's what people are looking for. Your bad day, call a friend. Like, I don't know how else to say it without sounding mean. I don't mean to be, but call a friend. Write it down in a journal. But when that's your news feed, and then you want to post, then you want to post 20 minutes later, the next morning, something inspirational and why they should buy from you. People don't buy you. It sounds fake. It sounds copy and pasted. It doesn't sound like you. In terms of posting, try and keep the images nice and crisp and bright and clean and clear. I usually will take a day in my weekend, for example, and create a bunch of different content. So if I'm drinking my coffee in the morning before I have to take the kids to school, I'll be honest, I'm usually screaming at my kids to go find their other shoe, trying to find my car keys, and I don't have time to just snap this cute little picture and selfie because I'm probably still in my pajamas taking them to school. So on my Saturday morning, when I'm having my cup of coffee, I will take a few different pictures of it. I might do a selfie with it. I might take some of it on the counter, some of it with or without the keto coffee package, or whatever product it is that you're using. Okay. I might do several different photo ops with different products. That way I have content to use throughout the week, throughout the month, things like that, because I know we're all super busy. The more shared content that you use, meaning if I create a picture or Katie does or Robin does, and then 20 people use it and then it circulates within other teams, Facebook is going to feel like it's been seen enough, if that makes sense, and won't allow it to be seen. So creating your own content is super duper important. Not that we don't all search for images, keto coffee on Pinterest and use some of those. That's okay too. But I would say try to do as much of your own as possible. When you're wording your posts, because I've had a lot of people say they don't know what to post or how to post. So I usually like to do at least one before and after picture a day, which you can also find on Pinterest. I have a whole board that's nothing but testimonies or before and after pictures. Yes, Katie, I'm recording. And so I usually like to do one before and after. I like to do a testimony, which can be your own. It could be, since I started drinking keto coffee, I've noticed XYZ, weight loss, less bloating, whatever. And you know what, you guys, you don't even have to say it. I don't put in my post, if you read my post, I've been using the It Works keto coffee. I like to leave a little bit of curiosity. I've been drinking my skinny mocha or my skinny coffee, or I've been drinking this drink. Whatever you put in there, and leave some curiosity. You'll notice people sliding in your inbox what are you drinking? What's doing that to you? More so than branding It Works, because what I want you to keep in mind is It Works is a brand. They are already their own brand. What you are branding is yourself, which is why keep in mind of the 5 things I said that describes you is what your feed should really be showing. Each post that you put up should sound like you're talking to your best friend. If you were sitting down at lunch with your friend and you found this amazing product or this amazing pair of shoes somewhere that was on sale, how would you be speaking to them about it? Every post should sound like you are talking to your friend. We are definitely in the business of sharing and not selling. You don't want to come off like a commercial. People don't buy into that. They want to feel your energy, talk how you talk. Sometimes I curse a little in my posts. I don't know. It's how I would say it if I was talking. I'm not saying that's right. I probably shouldn't do that. But just talk like you do with your friends and how you would get that point across. Also, sharing your why, and I touched on this a little bit in another Zoom that I did, is I think that when we get started, especially when we're newer to the business, everyone started for a reason, because you wouldn't have started the business if you weren't interested in making money, right? You'd just be a customer. So when you start, you all started with a reason. Maybe you were struggling to pay for groceries or put gas in the car, or maybe birthday presents or Christmas gifts for your kids, save for a vacation, debt, whatever it is. Everyone here started thinking, wow, I could really use an extra $500 a month for XYZ. So put that out there. I think that too often people are afraid to kind of shout it out because you feel like people are going to judge me. I don't want people to know I'm broke. I don't want people to know that I'm struggling to put food on the table for my family. You have no idea how relatable your story actually is. I remember posting about how one of my paychecks, just like my second month in, helped pay for daycare. I went Ruby that month. I signed like 3 or 4 distributors in like a 24-hour period. That meant something to people. People literally work to pay for daycare. You know, people have to sometimes borrow diapers. You have no idea. This is a perfect example. The girl who enrolled me, I was on what we call her chickens list. So looking at my social media feed and looking at my life, and she would think, this girl does not need this business. You know, she's successful and she has a good life and she has a good job and her husband has a good job. We were living beyond our means. We weren't necessarily paycheck to paycheck, but we had thousands of dollars in debt. If my husband was off work for a week, we were screwed. So when she and I had talked about this opportunity, I literally jumped right away. But it took her nearly a year to present it to me. So I don't care what somebody's life looks like on social media. Just keep in mind that your struggles that you are experiencing and why you started is so unbelievably relatable. So get vulnerable and start sharing about that. Share about what this business is doing and what it will do for you. So if you haven't gotten your first paycheck yet, or maybe your first paycheck was $20, first of all, that's $20 more than what you had, but let it motivate you for the next month. But also start talking about where you're going. Start talking about what this business is going to do for you. I'm so happy I started this business to start paying off my student loan. I'm so excited that this Christmas, we're going to be able to pay cash this year and not rack up our credit card debt. Start talking about where you are going. And the more you talk about it and the more you put it out there, the more you're probably going to work for it. It's going to come true. So continue to put your dreams out there and share your why. Do not be embarrassed about it. Do not be ashamed about it. It is what it is. And your story is so much more relatable than some of these top leaders, because I've asked, that are making 6 figures. They always say it is so much harder to convince people that they can make 6 figures than it is to make $500. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you're making $200, shout that out and be proud of that. That's a very big deal, because most people are $500 a month away from losing their home. And that is real stuff. So that I wanted to share in terms of putting your story out, and share it literally daily. Every time, if you are swiping your commission card for gas, hold up your card. Just make sure you blur out the number, obviously, but hold up your card next to the gas pump and say, thanks, it works for, picking up the tab on this, on gas today, or groceries, or whatever it is. Put it out there. Okay. So that's a little bit about posting stuff. Does anybody have questions about anything I talked about? This is 100% open. Unmute yourself, ask questions, anything at all. Okay, I'm going to check the chat real quick before I move on. Okay, so I am going to show
I
you.
did.
Wait, what was that?
Sorry, I'm trying to get to the bedroom where it's quieter.
Oh, it's okay.
See, I've been trying to post like I'm talking to my friends, and sometimes like when you're trying to do the advertising for the the $20 without putting $20 on there, like what you said, keep them curious.
Mhm.
But everything just comes off as a sale. Like even though I'm trying to incorporate a little bit like lifestyle and whatnot, it just doesn't seem to come out right.
Can I go look at your page real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hang on.
And I can't get word swag to work at all, so I had to
No
download
way.
Canva.
What's wrong with word swag for you?
I can't get past the first page. Like
Hmm.
I try to swipe to like go in and look at templates or backgrounds or anything, and it doesn't let me anywhere past the initial page.
I would
I showed
probably,
because she was confused too.
okay. I would probably like uninstall and reinstall and see if
Okay.
that works. But I'm scrolling your page right now.
I think with the word swag thing, I'm muting myself. You have an Android, so it should say it's a text swag. It's not word swag for Android.
Right.
Well, when you're on there, like it doesn't give you the option to pull up. It doesn't give you the option to pull up the pictures. Like you can either choose your pictures in your gallery, or else they have free photos for you.
It doesn't give me option for photos for me, and my gallery just comes up blank.
Yeah, maybe just try to reinstall it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, by the way.
All right. I'm waiting for it to load a little bit. My phone's being slow. Okay, there's some. I don't know that I would say they come off salesy necessarily. One thing that I don't really often do is do more than one picture at a time.
Okay.
So like yesterday night, there was one that had like all of the new releases. I would probably just do one image.
I did that before, and then last night I did a group, thinking maybe if I grouped it, they might see like you could do the greens with that, or you can intermix them. But I don't know.
I think you're posting too close together. There are
3 product posts together.
like 3 back-to-back posts in general. They're not It Works posts back-to-back, but there's like 3 that were all posted within the same hour. And
Okay.
that's another thing I'll share is usually post every 2 hours. Whether you
Okay.
have to set an alarm in your phone, if you're posting too close together, it's kind of the same thing. It's not as effective on Facebook, so space it out. I usually will like start, just for my personal schedule, start about 6 a.m. So I'm going to post at 6. I'm going to post at 8. I don't do It Works post back to back. I will typically do 3 It Works posts a day. Usually before and after a business type post. And a business post can be sharing your why and why you started and where you're going in this business. And then a product post. So that's something that I would do there. If you're not doing stories yet on Facebook or Instagram, start, because those are huge,
Okay.
and you can add polls. And mind you, I don't want your stories either to be everything It Works. It could be a picture of your food. It could be a quote. It could be, your kiddo swinging on a swing at the park, like a quick 10-second video, different things like that. And you can also incorporate the It Works stuff in it. It could be an image of like a before and after picture, or it could be a picture of, a cup of coffee, like a pretty image you would find on Pinterest or something, and put something looking for 5 product models that want to lose weight drinking coffee. And you can create a poll. If you're not familiar, I'll pull it up real quick so you can see what I'm talking about.
Well, I did a poll once about making money or losing weight, And I got a lot of feedback, but then as soon as I started to talk to them and I was using the verbiage I was given to use, like people like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Or no, that's a gimmick. It's a pyramid scheme.
You'll
Like
hear
they were
that.
just kind of backing out nonstop. So it's like, I feel like as soon as, even though I'm using the verbiage sent to me to use so I could correctly do it, they
By
go
me?
ghost on me. They're still going ghost.
Are you getting
After
the
I talk
verbiage
to them.
from me?
You and Katie.
Okay, start sending
I
me.
got verbiage late one night from Katie.
Okay, start sending me screenshots.
Yeah.
And we'll go
That's
through
what
it.
I was
We'll go
doing
through
with
that
Keith,
together.
but even then, they've all gone ghost.
That's okay. You're going to have people do that. Katie ghosted me for like over a year and she's on our team. So you're going to have that happen. When I first started, I did get a little bit of that, but to be quite honest, not a lot of people come at me with this gimmick stuff or this pyramid scheme stuff. Most people don't have a brain cell to understand what direct sales and network marketing is. That's the way that it is. Thank you for your no. Next. And I'm just moving on. I'm not getting hung up on no's. If I get 10 no's, I know that yes is coming. I'm just getting that much closer.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of that, probably because I'm a little abrasive and because I've done well with the business that I don't think a lot of people want to come at me with it's crap. So
Yeah. I get a lot of people interested. I give them the information. A lot of people have to talk to their doctor, so I send them some product info. But then it takes like weeks, and they're like still not signing on to purchase.
It
And I feel
happens,
like
but you know what? The more you are sharing before and afters and about the products and a personal testimony about the products, more people they're still going to be intrigued. They're going to continue watching you. It's just, I don't know how to say it. You're going to wear people down, I guess. You know, you will have people ghost you, but that's also why we say the fortunes in the follow-up. I may have people ignore 17 messages of mine and I'm finally like, dude, quit toying with me. What do you want to do? Or, I still have their name written down on a piece of paper because maybe they were interested in the coffee at one point and then they ghosted me and then maybe we do a BOGO deal. They're going to be the first person I'm going to reach out to and say, this is a killer deal. Some people are afraid of trying something new. It is what it is. I just thank you for your no. If you ever change your mind, I'm here in the future. And that's it. Move along on to the next. So Facebook and Instagram stories are really big. Start doing those. They are also very good for your Facebook and Instagram algorithms as well. I'm on Instagram. I do post on there. I have a lot to learn about it still. If you are super good on Instagram, feel free to share your tips.
I literally just started 2 weeks ago.
And there you go. With Instagram, what you have is a very limited time with a photo, whereas Facebook, yes, you have the photo, but it's also your verbiage. On Instagram, it's all about your picture, which is why when you look at some people's feeds, if you go look at my feed, for example, I'll pull it up so you can understand a little bit. It's all very like the same color scheme, if you will. There's different filters that you can do. So it's not like a mixture of different colors and things like that. It's all pretty uniform in terms of the hues that are used in photos. You have a limited time to capture people with your images. So some of my images are a little bit different on Instagram. They need to be very good quality, very crisp, nothing, dark, I guess, a very shadowed picture. Are there any more questions on like content or posting, interaction, anything like that? Because now I'm going to get into the goodness of conference. Good? Okay. So as we were talking about before, there's truly nothing like being there. Conferences are once a year, biggest event. We sell out Amalie Arena in Florida and it's massive. And there's nothing like feeling the vibe when you are there and you are meeting and talking to some of the top leaders in this industry. And like Katie got to experience and Connor got to experience going to our VIP after party with our CEO's son, our network marketing officer was there. A lot of top people are there that you get to really mingle with and kind of ask questions and pick their brain and be in their presence. Something that really inspired me my first year going was hearing these stories, and it happens every year, is, these are presidentials and these ambassadors and these black diamonds, which is millionaires in our business, get on the stage and they share their story and they share how they got there. You guys, it is no different than what you are being taught on a daily basis. The bottom line is they're more consistent and they do it more often. That's it. They message more. Maybe they're being very consistent with posting. Maybe they're consistently messaging all their likers and comments. They're interacting on their social media feeds. That's really what it takes, is you are building and maintaining relationships with people and sharing the products in the business. That's really the bottom line. There's no secret sauce to what they're doing. And everyone wants to know how'd they get there? What'd they do? They did these steps every single day. That's it. Every single day. So there is nothing different. I don't care if you're starting and no one likes your posts. I will say this, that if you're wanting to work from social media, and this was a big hurdle that I had to get over when I started, is I did not want to grow my network on Facebook. I was extremely uncomfortable with it. I literally refused to do it. I would not even accept friend requests from people on our team, like on my uplines team. I didn't. Facebook was like my personal space of my family and just my personal life, right? But what I had to understand, that if Facebook and social media is the way I'm going to grow my business, then you better grow your network, or you're talking to the same people over and over and over again. And the way Facebook works is they really only show you about 10% of your friends list, and vice versa. So you really want to grow your network. When I started, I had under 200 people. I think now I'm closer to 3,000, and I grew my network very fast. That is something you want to do on a daily basis, like I said. Otherwise, you are talking to your warm market all the time. You're not growing. I don't really suggest going through the suggested friends. That's like when you're scrolling your feed. I don't really suggest doing that too much. How I like to grow my business is through doing host to post. And if you are not familiar with that, I will briefly run through that. And if you want more information, let me know and I will get you a Zoom to watch that goes over all of it. Host to post can be done two different ways. Sometimes our uplines will do a cash giveaway. So they might pool together money and do a $300 cash giveaway. What that is we get to offer that opportunity for people to get entered into the giveaway. And what they do is put a post up on their page for us. That is opening up their entire network of friends. For every single person that likes or comments on their post, I'm going to send them a message regarding whatever they posted about. If it was about the coffee to burn fat, if it was about the Thermophyte X, whatever post I had them put up, I'm going to message and have conversations. All of those people get a friend request from me. Hey. So to me, that's genuinely adding people to my network. What's up? I thought I left it out. I thought you guys were going to eat. Didn't put it up. Yeah, I already ate. Thank you. So that's how I like to add people to my network, because I know that those people are already interested in what I'm offering. They've already inquired about it. So whether or not they purchase today or another day, they are interested. So I do allow people into my network. I will say I do skim their page and make sure they're not a creeper, and I do not add men to my page. That's just my personal rule, because I think most men are creepers. So they don't have any business being in my page. That's just me. I do add the women as long as they're not like weird. So that's how I add people to my network, because I already know that they're interested. Those are now my potentials. If we don't do the cash giveaway, something that I like to do, and you guys should really consider whether or not you can do like your ADBV auto ship every month, you should at least have something that gives you the ability to give out samples. Greens on the go are good, and Keto Energy is good. Keto Energy, I think, is like $30 for a bag of 30. So if we're not doing a cash giveaway, for example, you can put up a post, which I have a good response to, and I might even do this month, is basically offering free samples. And they're going to get a free sample from me when they put up a post on their feed, and I'm going to let them know, for every 2 customers I receive from you, I'll send you a sample. So that's something that you can do. For every 2 customers you enroll, you get either a pack of wraps for $25 instead of $59, a pack of facials for $25 instead of $59, or you can get a bag of keto coffee for only $19 instead of $39. So for every 2 customers that you enroll, you get product rewards. So you can go in and redeem and get a whole bag of coffee, for example, for only $19. That's something that you can do as a sample. It's also something that you can do to sell. that is a great way to make cash selling samples. I have put out before selling samples, like I think I did 1 for $5 or 3 for $12 or something like that. But that's instant. People can PayPal you money, you put it in the mail, that's cash in your pocket you get to keep. So getting the product credit for every 2 customers and redeeming those points, they do expire after 30 days, is a huge way to put money in your own personal pocket and just putting it out there for sample packs. If people don't bite the first time you put up a post, who cares? Do it again later. Do it again in a couple of days, something like that. But that's instant money coming in your coffee or in your pocket. I have noticed the coffee being a bigger seller than the facials or the body wraps. If I redeem facials or body wraps, it's typically for my personal use, but I make more selling coffee samples.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. Usually every month, if I'm like, haven't really had the best month, or just in general, since we get the, keto coffee rewards, whatnot, the product reward, I usually sell like $300 worth of samples every month of coffee. I do the $5 per thing. I know people do deals and stuff, but if it's coming out of my pocket and it's something that I got from selling, I'm for sure going to still do $5 per packet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really do the whole deal. So that's just my personal feeling. But I just had to share that. Okay, back to you.
There were some of our top leaders on the stage this weekend talking about how much they make selling samples. And there was one, she bought a vehicle, a car, with only money she made from samples. That's huge. So one thing they said is if you can't afford your 80 volume auto ship, you should be ordering products so you can afford it, if that makes sense. You're going to order your products, whether you do the keto energy, you do a bag of the coffee, something like that, that is on your order. So you're going to order that. You're going to go and sell those samples, put money in your pocket so you can afford to be using the products you're sharing about on a daily basis. People want to hear your testimony because they're going to say to you, oh, Katie, how do you like the coffee? And you're going to be like, I don't know. I hear it's good. Like, people don't want to hear that. They want to know, what is it doing for you? What have you noticed? So using the products is huge, being a product of the product. So samples are huge. There was one lady who said she charges one coffee sample for $7. She sells 3 for $18 and it's free shipping, or 5 for $25 and free shipping. So what you can make, 15 packs come in a bag, just how much that you could make just selling samples. If you enroll 10 customers a month, what is that? That's 5 bags of coffee that you can sell and put money directly into your pocket. That's huge, you guys. What I'm really pumped about is the chocolate greens are now on the go. That was one of the announcements at conference. If you didn't see it, I am freaking fired up about that because I sell, majority of the time, I sell chocolate greens with the coffee. So if I'm going to send out a sample of the coffee, I'm probably going to include a packet of the chocolate greens because for me, that's one of my favorite ways to drink it because it tastes like a Swiss Miss hot chocolate and I can drink that all day. I'm not a huge fan of the coffee by itself. So I like to add something to sweeten it up. A lot of my customers love it and it's getting them purchasing 2 products instead of 1. So, and you can sell those samples together. So chocolate green, I would say if you're going to set up your products, I would be ordering a bag of the coffee, a bag of the keto energy, and a bag of the chocolate greens on the go. That's what I would be ordering. Sell those. You're going to have money to pay for your next auto ship that's coming out and you won't be stressed about it. And you'll be putting money into your pocket and you'll be gaining customers because all those people you sell samples to, not only did it put money in your pocket, but they're going to come back and they're going to order from you. So then you've got potential customers to follow up on. If 5 people buy samples from you, by the end of the month, you should be messaging them, asking how they're liking their samples and when they would like to start their order. That simple. So that's getting you potentials too. One of my things at conference is we announced our bonuses. We announced the product release. If you are not up to date on the products, in the Connect app, under the training, there are videos going through the products. You can also see them on the It Works page, or I can share some images. By now, you probably should have seen the images of the products that you can read and see what they're all about. We launched the Greens on the Go chocolate We launched the product Hydrate, which I'm super pumped about. It's a powder form, I believe, lemon lime that you mix in with water to keep your body super duper hydrated. And then the keto coffee pods. So if people have a Keurig, and that's in a salted caramel flavor. So those are the things that we launched this last weekend at conference. Then what we did, then we, okay, I went through. We changed our compensation plan a little bit, which over these insane bonuses that we announced, this was what has me the most excited, you guys. So this is the new chart for going Ruby. Ruby is your average income of about $500 a month. This is your chart. There's you, and then there's 3 team members that you helped to get started. It used to be 5. Now it is 3. We have damn near cut what you need to be successful and to promote in this business, damn near in half. It's absolutely insane what you can do. And going Ruby in about 72 hours is huge. So you're helping 3 people get started in the business. You're helping them gather their first, usually 3 to 6 customers. You go Ruby. That's how easy it is to start making an extra $500 a month. Okay? That's huge, like mind-blowing. I will show you what the old diamond chart, which is your 4th promotion, what that used to look like. You guys, look at all the squares, look at all the boxes, like had my brain spinning. It's so super stressful. That's so many things. This is the new diamond chart. It has cut out so much work. It's really just working smarter, not harder. I'm super pumped about that. And then we announced our bonuses. So starting at $10,000 going diamond, which I think is, let me count how many that is. 14 people, 15 people is what you need to go diamond. Now, I think everyone on here should have codes to help 7 people get started for the $20. If you don't know where to find that to see if you got a code, 1, you should have gotten an email, I think Saturday, letting you know that you had codes. Otherwise, you can log into your eSuite. You can click on reports, and then there should be a tab that says promo codes. If you click on that, it will show you how many that you have. And you can help 7 people join for $20. And then we're going to run our asses off to going diamond, because that is my goal. So by March 31st, going diamond, that means if you are sitting at distributor rank right now, or executive, or Ruby, what I'm saying is that is balls to the wall until March 31st, because if they do not extend that promotion to when you can claim the bonus, because the bonus ends March 31st. If they do not extend that, you have until March 31st to go diamond. I am talking about every single day, 7 days a week. It will probably take some sacrifices. And for each individual, it's really going to be up to you on what you're willing to give up. There's things I'm not willing to sacrifice. I don't sacrifice bath time and bedtime stories with my kids, but I'm going to sacrifice watching my shows in the evening. I've got like 47 shows, and those aren't building my paycheck. So those are things that I'm giving up. I might stay up a little bit later. I might get up an hour early so I can interact on news feeds and kind of prime my Facebook for the day and start posting and start talking to people. I might stay up a little bit later messaging with people, but those are sacrifices that if you want that income, an average of $2,000 a month, and you want a $10,000 bonus, I'm talking about you are talking to everyone. You are sharing in stories. You are posting on your feed. You are messaging people. You cannot be afraid to talk to people. You are calling your friend, your cousin. Make a list, like your chicken noodle soup list. Those are people that you know you could call if you were sick to bring you soup, bring whatever, okay? Those are people you could be messaging to be your customers or be your distributors. With the $20 codes, because they are limited, I'm not passing them out to just anybody and everybody. Quite frankly, there's a couple people that I have seen that I wouldn't necessarily want to have on my team because their whole news feed is like a pile of negativity and sadness, and it's just a lot. Okay. There's just certain people, it's inappropriate or it's cursing, whatever. I'm not going to give them my $20 code. There's people that have ghosted me for so long that I don't know that it's what I would want to invite. Maybe I want to see their level of seriousness and they're going to pay the $100 and they're not going to get a code. Okay. So be somewhat picky about it. Okay. With who you're bringing into this business, but don't be afraid to ask people like, listen, you've got they're a friend of yours. You know, I really want you by my side with this. I want you to come rock this out with me. It's a very easy business, but you need to be consistent and you have to be working it every single day if you want to find success. Okay. Okay. So for those bonuses, so we have the Ruby and Emerald bonus, or I shouldn't say bonus, the guaranteed. They need to enroll by February 1st through the 31st of March. So they enroll February 1st through March 31st. They have 2 months to go Ruby. That is 3 team members, all with 400 in volume. When that happens, if you have not yet made $1,000 in this business, we are going to make sure that you do, and we're going to pay you the difference. So that's what it means for your new team members. They get started. That's what the $1,000 guarantee is. It's not a bonus, and I really need to go and fix the picture on my page because I put bonus on there. So we are guaranteeing that in 2 months, you're going to make $1,000 going Ruby. If you have not, we're going to pay you the difference. You have 3 months to go Emerald. If you go Emerald within 3 months, if you have started February 1st through March 31st and you go Emerald, if you have not yet made $3,000, we're going to pay you the difference. We're going to make sure that you have made $3,000. The rank up bonuses, which is the $10,000 and $15,000 and $25,000 that we were talking about, the big bonuses that were announced at conference. If you started, let's see, your newbies that sign up February 1st through March 31st, they're going to be eligible for that as well. You guys are eligible for that. So everyone on this Zoom right now, if you have not gone diamond yet, which no one has, you will be claiming a $10,000 bonus and that income. But here's something else I want you to think about. If you enroll, say 10 distributors, 5 distributors, whatever, for every distributor that you help get started in this business and they get their first handful of customers, you get a $100 bonus that next week. So if you enroll 5 people this month, you guys, that's $500 in bonuses that you get on top of the commissions that you're going to get. It's huge. So just keep that in mind. Let me look at, sorry, I'm like looking at my notes a little bit here. Okay, Julie Solomon, follow her on Facebook if you are not already. She was our special guest at conference. She is, she does a lot of marketing and things like that online, and she started as a blogger. And she came on the stage and gave us so many tips. And one of her biggest tips for posting was you're selling feelings and emotions. So like we were talking about, when you're posting, it's like you're talking to a friend of yours. You're selling feelings and emotions. So if you're talking about how you've had a hard time paying for gas or groceries, for example, you're selling a feeling or emotion when you're sharing about your personal experience and how you are going on to bigger and better places and why you started this business and what it's providing for you. That to me is a business post. When people like that or people comment on that, I am messaging them, inviting them to do this with me. If you are new and you are messaging your likers and commenters, I want you to take screenshots of the initial message sent to you, and I will be helping you message people back. Hold. Does anybody have any questions about the bonuses, what they need to do to get there, about posting stuff still? Any questions at all, even completely unrelated to anything I've talked about? No, everyone's good. Okay. Okay, I'm just going through notes. Also, through the Connect app, our corporate office, I will be kind of getting like first crack at trying it out. So pretty soon, it is not yet put into effect. Connor, I think you messaged me about this earlier, about our company is going to start sending out samples for us, which is huge. That has not gone into effect yet. I am talking with Brandon Walsh, who is like number 2 in our company right now. And I will be on the list of one of the first to be able to kind of test it out and see how it works. It is not in effect yet, but I will keep you guys posted on when that happens. I'm super pumped about it. So whether you're brand new or you started 3 months ago, the first thing I want to make sure everybody does is download the Connect app and start the training. I'm going to see if I can pull it up really quick, see if it's working again. Hold. Mine's just thinking right now. Driving me crazy. The Connect app is huge. So basically, you get in. If you don't have it downloaded yet, you're going to set up your profile, which means you're going to log in like you would onto your eSuites. Connor, hold that up again for me. All right. Yep. So there's the training videos. Will you back out of that? Just hit the back button and show them what they're, once they get into the Connect app, how they get to it. So show them each screen, like step by step. Oh, it's really bright. I can't see it. Okay, so there's the Connect app. And then what do you push next? The message at the bottom? Is it the message tab at the in the middle on the bottom?
Yeah, because that'll pull you to that.
Okay. So then you have your screen here and you'll set all that up. And then you click on training videos right there and it will pull up all the training videos. It will have welcome videos. It will have your social media training videos. There will be product videos, all kinds of stuff. So get really familiar with this. It will also load in as you enroll customers, you guys. It's going to load them into the Connect app. So it's a really cool way for us to keep track of our customers and send messages and stuff out. I'm going to find the Connect app, the Zoom training that was done for the Connect app, and I'm going to share it with you guys later tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to go and find it so you can see how to work with messaging and stuff like that. It really gives you the opportunity to interact with potentials on there. If you are brand new and started this evening, make sure that you have logged into your eSuite. So log into your website and you have done like your tax info and just make sure that everything is set up properly. You can upload a profile picture, things like that. So make sure that you have done that and then do the Connect training. And that is pretty much it. Does anybody have any other questions? No? Okay. So once you do the Connect training, you guys, your first post, if you're brand new, I want you to put up what you've done. You've started your business, why you've started this business, what it's going to do for you. Invite people along on the journey. If you are someone who has not yet shared your why, go ahead and do that tonight if you haven't posted within the last hour or so. And you haven't had It Works post in the last hour or so, go on and go and share about your why. You can feel free to post it with a picture, like a selfie, an inspirational quote, a picture of your family, something to that effect. I would start sharing that tonight. And if there are no more questions, we will hop off and you guys just message me privately if you have anything else. Cool? Okay. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.